little drama on top, but in the end, it is Eli Tomac that dominates in Indy. That now gives him 43 wins, one behind Chad Reed for 4th all time.
When you think of how much winning Eli has done over the last several years, you know, it's pretty crazy that here we are at 44 wins and 43 for him, and likely with the way he's been riding, 44 wins this weekend. So I don't know. Wins are a weird record. You know, it's kind of like, I feel like when you're winning, it's kind of like they're one after another, and it's kind of like you just, you know, I shouldn't say they're easy, but they're, for the most part, you're so in the moment, you're so in the you know, living, trying to win championships is the end game. The wins you almost forget about, and then before you know it, the wins are gone, you don't win anymore, and then you start looking at your records. So here we are. Eli has a chance to, you know, tie 44 wins, and we'd be tied 4th time on the, you know, all-time Supercross win list. What I love most about watching Eli, you know, being so successful, and I don't want to say he's old, but I mean, I believe he's 28-ish. And I remember being 28 and everyone thinking that you're done. You know, so I think that Eli, if he chooses, has as many years ahead of him to win, and to continue winning, because I don't see a threat, a near threat, when Eli is Eli, the Eli that we know, the dominant Eli. I don't see anybody that can beat him, you know, on a regular basis, you know, going forward. So, but again, what I love about Eli, my favorite part, is he's old school. You know, I grew up watching Jeremy McGrath, and when I was, you know, recently at the Daytona Supercross, and just, you know, kind of on the sidelines watching and taking it in a whole different level as a retired athlete. He just rides old school. He's hard on the clutch. He rides with a finger on the clutch. That's why. And so for me, with all this new generation, you know, 4-strokes and new generation of people riding with different riding styles, it's cool to be a part of that elite, you know, old school group. And Eli still rides that way, and it's still successful, and he's still kicking butt. Let's be honest, like no one can hold a candle to him this year. So I like that. That's my favorite part about Eli winning, is and his legacy is just, he's just old school. At 44, I felt like, you know, 4 more wins and I'd be right there, and I could, you know, have bragging rights over Ricky at dinners and whenever we see each other. But, you know, those 4 extra wins, they're hard to find, you know. But he is only 28 years old, and he's on a roll. And like I said, I think if he chooses to, you know, continue beyond 2022, I see Ricky and possibly James's 50 wins in jeopardy. I truly believe that Jeremy's safe at this point. But you was saying that, like, if Eli was to really go on an Eli tear, you know, for the next 4 years, because in my personal opinion is, you know, through 32, you're still well capable of, you know, putting up those numbers. And so we'll see if that can happen or not.